Gentlemen, football is back, man. Where's y'all head at right now? How y'all feeling? Anton Vincent. What up, Anton?
Let's go.
And you see this guy, 85's personal agent and his number one fan. All right, Pro Crew Sports host, Mr. Alex Stevens. Alex, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, brother? I'm so happy today.
Here comes the Hail Mary with the game on the line, and the ball is caught.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, Sean Spencer, one half of that dynamic duo that is Let's Talk Football. And we are back to talk a little bit of football, ladies and gentlemen. And this, as you know, I'm never alone. Always got to be with the guys, and you see this guy with me right here. One of my dogs, Brandon Spaletta. What up, B?
What's going on, y'all? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And you see the guy right under him, the shirtless wonder himself, Ab. What up, Ab?
What's going on, baby? Glad to be here. Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. And Alex is also with us. Looks like he's playing that disappearing game, that you can't see me type game. Listen, this is Washington football talk. A little bit of Washington Football Weekly, a little bit of Washington Football Roundtable. And Alex, we're waiting on him. He's going to come back. Anton most likely will be with us. Will not be joining us. But gentlemen, we are here. It's the off season. How y'all feeling right now? Brandon.
Riding high from last season. It feels good. It's a nice time of century to be a burgundy and gold fan.
Definitely feels good to wear your stuff outside, pump out your chest a little bit. Ab, how you been? How you feeling, man? We've been following for a couple years. It's dark days. I see the light.
I got accused as a fair weather fan, so that's promising. So that means we're doing
Hey, I'm with it. Alex, how you feeling, man? What you think about the season?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling great, man. Anton, what's going on?
What's up, fellas?
As a Washington fan, man, I feel great. I think what we did last season was wonderful, and I think this new season to come, man, is gonna be powerful. It's gonna be great. It's gonna shock a lot of people, I think, this year.
Absolutely. And Anton, where you at with this off season, man? How you feeling right now?
I mean, I'm loving the choices. Great chess pieces that we've involved, especially with Tannehill being a veteran. I wouldn't have made a better choice for defense to help out. We've made another good choice, but it's the other safety from New Orleans. I forgot his name already.
Will Harris.
I feel like that's a good help to veterans that we need and to help with the experience that we need back there. Adam Peters has done a great job with our team, without a doubt. And I can only give him a round of applause.
Absolutely. We can dig it. Look, y'all, let's go into this. Free agency. Ask if you're happy. I'm gonna come to you right quick. I'm gonna hop out and speak on this. Yeah, it's definitely me on the part. Did anybody hear about it? I'm gonna hop out.
Is there feedback?
Still here.
I can hear him.
No, there's feedback.
Oh, there's feedback. Y'all hear him now? Because I can't hear him.
I think you're muted.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear.
I can hear the feedback too. What are your thoughts about this offseason, man?
It's a feedback. All right, I'm having issues.
Yeah, same here. All right, Brandon, talk for a second. You might have to shut this.
Something feedback. It might be me or something.
Might be me. Let me back out and I can come back, Sean, if you want me to.
All right, we can try that. Sorry, bear with us with the technical difficulties.
How about
Brent? Go ahead.
Are we good there?
testing? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So somebody's having like a rebound on their mic. That's all.
See, all that one sounds fine. I'll tell Ab to come back in. And while we're getting them in, Brandon, talk to me about free agency thus far, man. What are your thoughts?
I'm impressed. The master class by Adam Peters continues. What a difference having a real GM actually makes. And where do I start? Well, I'm happy that we have a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, and I'm happy that we have a backup Heisman winning quarterback. That's nice. I like that the continuity is there. I think I'm most excited about the wide receivers. That's a pretty intense group right there. You got Scary Terry, Deebo Samuel, Noah Brown is returning, AJ Osborne. I believe we still have Luke McCaffrey. So that's, we'll see what happens with him. But that's a good solid 4 right there. I'm okay with KJ Osborne at 4. That's pretty cool. And we got Michael Gallup. So he's back as well. See how he makes the return from the ACL. If he can return to form too, that's a pretty scary wide receiver room.
Mm-hmm. What grade you give the draft, man?
The free agency?
Yeah.
Our free agency would be like a B, I would think.
I'd say kind of more of a B plus. Larry Tunsil is big time, and I like the re-signings we have on the offensive line. I like, what is that? Dieter coming back. That's a good one. We got Wiley coming back. Nate Herbig's coming back. So I like the continuity coming back on the offensive line. Tunsil and Deebo, and I'm just so excited. Oh
yeah, it was definitely big moves. Definitely big moves. What grade do you give it this draft? I mean the free agency. What grade did you get the free agency?
So I got to be honest. I kind of disappointed with the draft myself. Granted, I understand. We traded for Larry Tunsil. We traded for Deebo Samuels. Those are big time pickups. But I'm disappointed in all the 1-year contracts we picked up. That directly affects our compensatory picks. Compensatory picks.
Yeah.
Compensatory picks there.
Yeah.
And it directly affects those picks. And to me, I think I understand we're still in ways, even though we had an excellent season last season, we're rebuilding. Essentially, we're still rebuilding, but it just bothers me about these 1-year picks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like we're kind of playing the comp pick game, but we're not, you know what I'm saying? Because these 1-year picks, we're going to be playing the same game next year. And and to me, that's an issue. And I already talked to you guys about the cap. We're always going to like. So, and it's these 1-year contracts, we're kind of penny pinching. So, we're always going to be playing it, and everyone's going to always think we have all this cap room. But when we have to sign 20 something players in free agency, that goes really fast, and that matters to me. And to me, I would, and for that fact right there, I'd give this draft. I'm sorry, I give free agency about a C. And I'm saying I think we need to think a little ahead, not just till next season, but we need to think further on. Like, to me, to make my grade go up, where's the re-signing of Terry McLaurin? That's part of free agency right there. We need to re-sign him, extend his contract, and then get more money, more cap room, so we can make another move in free agency. To me, I don't think we did enough in wide receiver room. I still think we need to pick up one more free agent wide receiver. We still lacking on defensive end. That's a sus position. To me, we need to pick up one more defensive end and one more free agency. And one more wide receiver in order for this to be a better free agency in my book.
I can dig it. Yeah, no, I mean, all things considered, I was very shocked at a lot of the moves that were made. I love that we re-signed a lot of people. Coaches stayed, players stayed, and it shows it's a sign of good faith, good culture. What we're building in Washington is something to be proud of, and I'm excited about that. I don't know if I would go that far as to say C, but I get it, because that definitely gives us room for improvement. And those 1-year deals, yeah, I agree with that. A lot of it, I'm still holding out to see what happens in the draft. I want to see what they do. But as far as, for me, the exciting part is that we have re-signed guys and brought guys back in-house. And some guys are depth. Some guys are actually going to be day one starters. And I think it gives us a little bit more freedom coming to the draft. And I'm really excited about that. All right, let's see if we can get it. Alex.
Yo.
All right, I think we're good. How are you feeling? How you feeling with it? I know you talked about free agency and whatnot. But what grade did you give it?
You talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, my bad. Oh shit, man. Free agency, man. I give it a I'm gonna say a B. I would give it a B. Is the Tunzel, the Lermy Tunzel, is that a free agency? Because we traded for that. So I mean, y'all still talking about that as a free agency joint?
Offseason.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. With Debo and Lermy Tunzel, man. I mean, Lermy Tunzel was a big move. I mean, y'all remember when the 49ers got Trent Williams at the age of 30? You know what I'm saying? He's playing all the way till he's like, what is he now? I think 36, 37. Yeah. So if Lermy Tunzel can do the same thing that Trent doing, keep his body right, man. I think we got him for a good 5 years. You know what I'm saying? For sure. I think that was a great move, because I mean, he is a little handsy. He holds a little bit too much with penalties, but other than that, I mean, he's a real good blocker. I mean, we got definitely a top 3, top 5 best left tackle in football. Nice. And not to mention with Debo, I mean that says a lot of stuff for itself. A lot of people keep calling him injury prone, but I don't believe that at all. I think I only missed like a couple of games the last 2 years. So, but we all know what he does with the impact on the team. But other than that, bringing back a lot of veteran guys. With Zach Ertz was a big move. Yes, we lost Jeremy Chin, but getting Will Harris was that was a great add-on that we did right there. We lost Zacchaeus, right? We lost Zacchaeus. You know that. I know that kind of a lot of people was upset about that one, but I mean, hey, we got Noah Brown back. So I mean, we got a lot of veterans, and it was a lot of guys that we got back on 1-year deals. a lot of guys on 1 year deals. So I guess it's prove-it deals. You know what I'm saying? We lost Fowler. A lot of people were upset about that because I think he was our sack leader.
Him and Armstrong together.
Where did we lose him to?
He went to Dallas. He went to Dallas.
Hey, question to you guys. Do you feel like because we haven't had a good front office at this point that they're not making the 3-year, 4-year deals? Or is it because they just don't have the faith in the players yet?
That's
To
a
me,
very good question.
that's a very good question. To me, I think it all depends on their type of age. I mean, with Bobby coming back, he's up there in age. That's a 1 year deal. Zach Ertz, I mean, these guys are veteran guys. You can't sign these guys to a big, huge contract. Now, they did sign that dude from the Jets and the 49ers, that D tackle. What was his name? Kinlaw?
Javon Kinlaw.
Yeah, he a big, huge run stopper guy, and that was really our problem. We gave him a 3-year deal, and he was only 27. So I think it was like the real young guys. We got a lot of veterans though. Like we really do. We got a lot of guys that are 30 years old.
We do have
Harris,
a lot of veterans.
Yeah, Will Harris, I think, is 29. They gave him a 2-year deal. So I think they're just any guys that are over 30, man, is like we don't want to give them a big, huge contract. We still, I was just glad that we got a lot of leaders. And we got to do a cornerback. I'm pretty sure he's gonna play slot, Jonathan Jones for the Patriots. Another 1-year deal. He's 31 years old, but he's real good. He's very talented. I think he's going to definitely do better than Benjamin St. Juice for sure. Yeah.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie.
We lost him.
I'm not gonna lie. You got the jersey I wanted to have of McLaurin with the camouflage, and I wanted to get that to surprise everybody. And I could not get it fast enough before you fucking got it. I'm not gonna. I had to see you on the show to fucking say this to you, bro. Like I had told Alex a long time, I'm gonna get that jersey. I'm gonna get that jersey, and next thing you know, this motherfucker got it.
Look, those jerseys, those salute to service jerseys, you have to get them in the first month. Like right when they first advertise it, you have to get it because the bigger sizes go like that. Like, so honestly, if you're looking 2-3 months after they come out, you ain't gonna get it.
Yeah. I mean, I was trying to find it after it got done, and I was like, damn, I know they got to have a deal later on, or somebody had to find it and then was going to sell it. But, man, I'm sitting there mad, and then he wore it, and I was like, I'm not going to lie. Dude, I'm grateful that you got it. I'm glad that dude has stayed on our team for how many years and through all the quarterbacks, and just he's made like the aura in that whole locker room for everybody that wants to come. But, I do see your side of like not having the long extended like people that want to be here, but I feel like it's creating a different brotherhood by having just all those vets here. Yeah. And, Luvu making that seriousness of a locker room like proves that they need to all be there together rather than like everybody at their own locker,
Yeah.
And I like Wagner and Luvu together. That's a nice linebacker combo right there.
Yeah. I think it adds a lot for what we did our first year with the rookie quarterback, and especially with the drafts that we got with Mike Sanders still and Cole, what's his name? The left tackle Coleman. We got Coleman, and these guys were leaders on their college team. You know what I'm saying? And then you bring all these veterans in. You know what I'm saying, that have leadership like Bobby, Zach Ertz, all these guys. You know what I'm saying? And, not to mention our DB that we got from the Saints. My bad. I'm Lattimore. Yeah, I knew it, but I'm just having a brain fart with all
Lattimore.
But bro, it's like all these leaders, and what we did and to make it to the NFC East Championship, I mean, it shows a lot. So that's why I feel like they just bringing more veteranship, more leaders to this team, man. And a lot of people see the players see the change in the culture. You know what I'm saying? They really want to play with Dan Quinn. It's big time. You know what I'm
saying? I disagree in that. For the only reason why, there's only so many times you're going to be like, you can tell players, you just play the right way. you play the right way, and we're going to sign you, we're going to keep you, and everything like that. How much further do you think that story's going to go? You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe next year you can keep saying that, and then everybody's like, "Hey, yo, where's my long-term contract at?"
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
What
they've
else
been
is
like
Terry?
proving that point from just the past where they've had like so many young guys out on the field and not enough vets from playing on the sideline on the field.
I'm not saying I don't understand it. I'm saying that it's
Right.
unsustainable. It's not like these guys aren't gonna. If you don't show any faith in your players, they're gonna lose faith in you.
Yeah.
So you can talk all that. Yeah, we're showing them something, but after a while, they're going to be like, "Where's the money at?" Like you were talking about Trent Williams. One thing that happened when Trent Williams, when we traded him, they signed him right away.
Yeah, it's honestly.
They extended his ass right away once he got over there. Why didn't we do that with Tunsil? What are we waiting for with Terry?
I think he's already under contract. I think he's already under contract.
You're missing my point. Trent Williams was under contract also, but they extended him.
Right.
Larry Tunsil is he's able to extend his contract too with us because he's with us now.
Right.
Like we did when. What about Debo? Why aren't like we traded for him? Why not extend him? Like those are the questions that nobody's asking.
I think with Debo, a lot of these guys, especially with Debo, I think it's a prove it type of deal, especially with Debo's situation. But if you're talking about Zach Ertz and Bobby Wagner, I mean, you got to think these guys are already. They're close to the end of their career. They're making tons of money. They probably won a championship. I'm pretty sure that's why Bobby and Zach Ertz is probably still back here. I mean,
you talking about Laramie Tunsil and Debo.
I'm talking
about he also said veterans on one.
I didn't say nothing about Ertz. I didn't say anything about.
I know you said veterans though, Ab. You said veterans with 1-year deals.
But the examples he gave was the Laramie Tunsil. And,
I got you. I was just hearing what he said about 1-year deals with veterans.
The 1 year thing, because that's different when you talk about that. If you're talking about the 1 year deal with some of the older guys, not disputing that part, but they signed a 1 year deal because of maybe the age. But the guys that we brought in, why didn't we not then extend them longer here?
Well, it's still not over. I feel like it's still not over. I feel like Laramie Tunsil is still up there. It's still up in the air. With Debo, I feel like he has to prove it. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be a prove it joint because there's so many. I mean, he's had these last few years. He's had a down year. I mean, that's what people.
At the end of the day, which point at the end of the day means it's not in good faith. If we put all this time into bringing you in and it's this big deal, but we're not telling you we want to extend you and keep you here and lock you down, then is it just to prove it and how much of it is approved? This is not just a random dude that we want. This is prime time. These two guys are prime players. When we all saw that they were here, Debo, and I'm gonna come to you, Brandon. We all saw that Debo and Laramie Tunsil were here. First and foremost, we all were like, wait, what? They are coming to Washington? But then the second thing on all of our minds should have been, yes, let's lock these guys down. It's a no-brainer to lock these guys down for the next several years. But they didn't do that, which then lends to the questions that Alex, that you referred to about is there injury issues? Is there holding issues? Is there a reason why they're not going through and extending that, doing that? And who knows? That's part of Peter's Dan Quinn thing that we got to figure out. But Brandon, go ahead.
So my whole thing on that too, maybe my 2 cents is, what if it's just a cap space and they're trying to figure out who do we extend first? Because we got to extend Terry McLaurin. That's a no-brainer. Staying. There's no way we're going to let him walk, and so that's a lot of money that we're throwing at McLaurin, Tunsil, and then we only traded a 5th-round pick for Debo. So I do kind of see that one being like, hey, show up, earn a contract here. But it does kind of feel like maybe they're kind of waiting to extend people to just kind of see where the cap space is, see where the rest of free agency is, where they can spend elsewhere. and then maybe who gets an extension next year, or if one's possible this year. I don't know.
I got a question, but I do it in a way of front office. If we ever have these guys traded here, can they make that option of extending halfway through the year or before the start of the year gets here?
Yeah, they can extend, so they can still be in conversation. This isn't the final, like they have to extend.
Right. I know we're talking about it, but
yeah. So they have plenty of time, and that's the other part. And I'm going to move on because the draft is one of the reasons where maybe they're kind of like, yes, we like you, but we're still seeing. It still doesn't make as much sense. But I think the other part, and Ab, I'm going to come to you on this one. Where'd I put it? You said you went C on our list, and you were saying there's still some moves that we can make. You talked wide receiver. I know how you feel about running back. Are there still people out there? We know Diggs got picked up today by the Patriots. We know we weren't looking at Russell Wilson, but he got picked up by the Giants. That's going to be interesting.
So 1 year deal.
Is there anybody else that you're looking at right now that maybe Washington can still look at now before the draft or even right after the new league year starts?
Give me 1 second. I'm pulling up the free agency list, bro.
I can dig it.
Because so I can go by positions. I don't know exactly who all was out there, but running back, I think we could have gone there. We could have addressed that. Definitely wide receiver and also defensive end. That's my short answer for right now. But defensive end, we definitely, especially with moving with Fowler going to Dallas. Even though I didn't care for Fowler or re-signing him, I told you and Will that I think Washington's looking for somebody that spends a little bit more time at the position and not just situational. Fowler was only on the field 57% of the time of the snaps. So, what's his name? Hendrickson. He's about 70. I think he was more like 75%. And I think that's where they're leaning towards, somebody that they can have out there a little bit more than situational. So defensive end, I think we need a free agent there, and then also attack that in the draft. But wide receiver also, I do think we need a free agent, or maybe they are trying to see what McCaffrey got. Maybe he can step up and be number two. I think they're using Debo. I don't think they're using him as a number two. I think they're using him more of a
slot.
He's like a slot, yeah,
like a Christian McCaffrey type, like a home run type. Like
he was like our Gibson.
Or Curtis
Gibson wasn't
Samuel.
even really our Gibson, So
no. I was thinking somebody.
Curtis Samuel. He was a wide receiver, but then he also came in the back.
Gerson. I was thinking Gerson. Sorry.
Yeah. But he's pretty much all over the place, Like he's our home runner that I'm saying that we needed, and I'm all for it. I think he might need to lose about 15 pounds, though. That's my opinion, but honestly, if he's still got it, he's still got it, and looking forward to seeing that. But short answer: defensive end, wide receiver, maybe running back.
Yo, I'm down for a running back without a doubt. Like, I know Brian has been here, Eckler has been here. I saw that Chubb and was it Devontae Adams, and who else was on there? Najee Harris were on the free agent list.
No, Najee with the Chargers.
He with the Chargers or something like that.
Najee got traded to the Chargers. Yeah, here I'll bring up the running backs list.
I haven't seen it updated, but that's honestly that was my thing. Was I think Brian and Eckler, yes, they're a good 1-2 combo, but I think Chris Rodriguez deserves a chance to either try for number 2 or number 1 at least. And we need to bring another one to be his backup because I think we need to move on from that situation. As not saying it's a bad deal, but I think it's a business move at this point. We need to find someone that can get into that touchdown zone a little bit more than what Brian had. Not saying he didn't have enough, but the option of having that. And yeah,
I like Nick Chubb on that list.
like that's what I saw. But 2 days ago, Nick Chubb popped on there. I was like, ooh. But other than that, J.K. Dobbins would probably almost be like a McKissick to us. But I don't know if we would need. My question is, do we need a light running back or do we need a heavy hitter running back right now?
So just to interject, like I think we just we shouldn't get too distracted on like the fool's gold of like their namesake. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys that you guys mentioned are injury prone. Chubb is coming off of 2 knee surgeries or some shit like that. Like so, and also you guys got to look at their ages too. They're getting pretty close to that. I'm old.
32,
shit. Time frame for running backs. So, like honestly, like I see why I can for right here. I can see why we don't go running back in free agency. And that's where you would go draft. You know what I'm saying? Like the easy answer is we go draft, especially the deep draft class. You go running back in this draft. But wide receiver, that's another thing. But that's just my 2 cents on the running back free agency, guys.
B, what you think? Or no, B, you answered. Alex, what you think?
Yeah, I feel like Ab said it. I don't think we should go running back in free agency because I mean we already did that with Austin Eckler. He was our free agency running back last year, so I don't think we should do that. I think we should get a running back, if anything, in the draft for sure. DN also. I think they're gonna get a DN in the draft. My thing is linebacker. I do love Bobby. Obviously we got Frankie Louvu here to stay. You know, he was on a 3-year deal, so he got 2 more years. But I do like the young boy we got that was backing him up. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Who is it? McGee. Yeah, I like McGee. I would like to see more of McGee. But I would like to see them draft a linebacker also. Even possibly another cornerback for sure. I know we got Jonathan Jones. I know he's up there in age, but Mike Singletary and then Lattimore, you know what I'm saying, cornerback for sure. I think this draft that we do is definitely gonna be a lot on defense. Yeah, definitely. And then like Ab said, well, wide receiver for sure. I know we still got KJ Osborne out there. Noah Brown we signed back. That was a good sign. We definitely, because I mean he showed a lot at number 2. Obviously we got Deebo and Terry. And I think Crowder didn't come back, did he?
Not yet, I don't think.
Yeah. So I mean, I think right now everything really is just going to be into the draft. I don't think we're going to look at no more guys. I know we loaded up a lot on D tackle in this in free agency though. Like we got this dude named that he came out of retirement with the Bears and he came back. He was a real big dude. What was his name? Eddie
Wise.
Goals.
Yeah, we got Wise, and then we got Eddie Goldman. Yeah, he used to be a beast. Hopefully, you know. Oh, and not to mention another free agency that came out of retirement and coming back is Michael Gallup. So I'm pretty sure he's trying to show some at wide receiver. So I really do feel like a lot of these guys that we got on 1-year deals. I think everything else is with the draft. You know what I'm saying? For sure, the draft. I think when we talked about it before we started the show, man, I think we might trade back for sure to get more draft picks and get a lot of young draft guys.
Let me ask you this: does it give you confidence that you got a couple guys that are coming back that had decided to retire for one reason or another, and now we're getting them? Are you confident in that? Because that kind of scares me. That I like the injury thing. The same thing we say about Chubb. The same thing we could say about Gallup. I mean, Gallup was out for a full year. Like So does that am I confident? I am excited that he's not our number one or number two,
Right.
but we're banking on him being what he was
Yeah.
before he
Yeah.
got hurt.
Yeah. And I think these guys. I think these guys are also trying to make the team. I think it feels kind of good that these guys coming out of retirement and they actually want to play for Washington. I mean, y'all know how our history is. How many players like didn't want to just come to play for us?
Right.
They just really.
Let me just stop real quick.
We tried this with
If
Haskins.
you retired, you'll come back and play for anybody.
Hey,
you'll play for anybody who's giving you that.
Hey, you're right. You're right. No, you're absolutely right. But these players, if you
But
look
they
at
got to be elite.
these players are loving Dan Quinn and Adam Peters and just our front office in general with the organization. It's a whole different culture, it's a whole different vibe in the building, man. So a lot of players I've heard, I mean, even like Will Harris coming to us, you know what I'm saying? Like these guys, they want to come to play for us, man, and it feels good, man. It's a whole different culture, man. It's not, and we're not the old skins that we used to be. We're a whole different team. You know what I'm saying?
I get that, and I agree with that. I'm asking you about the guys that came back from retirement because they retired because of injuries. Are you confident that they're going to come back healthy?
Sky's the limit. I don't know. You know, I think they have something to prove. You know what I'm saying? They got something to prove, just like everybody got something to prove on them. You know what I mean?
They could have something to prove and still say you're worried that they have injury issues. Two things could be correct. They could have
I mean, I get that, but I mean,
be like, I'm kind of worried because these guys were injured.
No, I mean, I'm not, man, because at the end of the day, this is football, man. I mean, it's a tough sport. I mean, injuries going to come along, but now I'm not worried about that. I'm just, you know, I mean, it is what it is.
The trainer going to be hyped up on some codeine, ready for them to come off the sideline. That's all.
Yeah, man, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. I'm just, you know, I just hope they produce, you know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like some of the age stuff, yes. I feel like it would be an issue. Like, I mean, I'm worried Eckler is coming back for his next concussion in game 2. Like, and then he's out for the whole season, you know?
But that's my point. That's my point. It's natural to worry about a player getting hurt. Even Jaden 5, it's natural to worry about him getting hurt.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not sitting here saying, oh, these guys are bad. Look at no, I'm saying, is that something to be naturally concerned about? Like, yes,
without a doubt.
They came here, but damn, he might only be on one leg. It's the same reason why you don't get Chubb. We're not getting Chubb from 2 or 3 years ago when he was the best back in the league.
Right.
We're getting Chubb from that nasty knee injury where his knee bent backwards. I'm scared by that. That doesn't mean I'm dogging the team. It just means
I guess like
I'm not saying dogging the team, but did Michael Gallup have a real bad injury? I didn't know. I don't.
Okay, he was out for a full year. He tore his ACL.
Okay, he tore his. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, that, you know.
I mean, I guess it's the point of, you know, when you see them out on the field, are you expecting them to play elite or are they playing safe? Are they playing like, you know what, I'm going to give you my 100% until I get injured again, and if it happens, it happens. Like, you got to just find players that are just going to leave it out on the field, whether or not they get injured, they get injured.
Yeah,
but that's the risk that
you're saying. At the end of the day, you can't hold your breath on injury because it's going to happen in football. I get that. My whole point that is just for me, it's just I still want to secure it, and it's to Ab's point that I don't think we're done at these positions. If we don't do anything else right now, I do not feel secure on the depth chart after Debo. The other guys are decent, yes. I'm hoping for their success, yes, but I'm not looking at them and being like, oh, you got AJ Brown, da da da. Oh, look, I got Debo, Bob, and this guy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm hoping that they're good.
Right.
So that's my point. Ab, you were about to say something?
I was wondering what Brandon was thinking.
I'm a little worried about the Michael Gallup situation. He had a torn ACL, then sat out a whole year. That's 2 years not playing football.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes. You know, when people get hurt, like I am worried about Austin Eckler. When he made his comeback last season, every single carry he took, I was like,
Yep.
Is he okay? I actually felt like maybe I was doing my best Ron Rivera impression when Alex Smith made his comeback, and Ron Rivera was like super candid, and he was like, I was terrified to put him back in, you know, and Alex Smith got super offended and was like, you know, I felt, you know, like they didn't trust in me and really want me out there, and he was like, yeah, I was terrified to put him out there, you know, who wouldn't be in their right mind? And then in like the first play when that massive linebacker was on top of him and he was like holding him, and it was like,
I mean, I would have wished he had the carrier helmet on for the rest of the year after that, you know, punt return incident, but he didn't wear it.
So we'll see how the injuries play. I'm a little worried about them, and you probably should be, right? Because it is a brutal game. They got Guardian caps now for a reason. So,
and just to add to that, I think returning after a year out, I think that's just something. That's just basically saying to me is that they're a depth piece and not a crucial piece. You know what I'm saying? And especially a 1-year contract. If you sign a 1-year contract with the team, to me, you're roster bubble material also. You know what I'm saying? Like, so these aren't guys we're depending on. Like, even what Jonathan Jones and everything like that. Like, what if we get a cornerback in the draft and he does really well in training camp? He can push any of those cornerbacks that we just signed for a year right out the damn door.
Right.
And no issues at that. So to me, these 1-year contracts are saying we can't depend on them. And also, we're talking about Gallup. I just want to add this in here. Gallup has not had a respectable season since 2020. 2020, guys. Okay. And when I say respectable, that's 800 yards. Every other season he played after that, 400, just over 400. Okay, so he has not had a respectable season since 2020. So, like, we can't even look like again 1-year contract. Can't really look at that as, hey, this guy's part of the team. Okay, like it's just like there's. It's a lot to be imagined there, and and it's a lot. And just like Sean said, you have to think about it. You have to be weary about what's going on there with these free agents we got.
It's going to be interesting, and we'll definitely see as this thing plays out. Look, we're going to take a quick breather, and then we're going to come back to you on the other side, talking about a little bit of the future, a little lighter note. Anton, you want to tell the people about yourself and tell them about the commercial we're about to play?
Oh, well, my name's Anton, and I'm also known as the Awesome Arson. But we're also going to get to a commercial that Sean and I have worked on. Send it to him, Sean.
Anton, where can they find you?
Thank you, sir. Your Awesome Arson can be found in the Virginia Beach area. I do serve and drive and travel throughout the local Virginia Beach, Virginia, Maryland, North Carolina area.
I can dig it. I can dig it. Definitely get in touch with him. He does great work. All right, like I said, we're gonna switch it up a little bit, make it talk about a little bit something off the field. Brandon, I'll come to you first. Ladies and gentlemen, our quarterback, JD5 was out at watching March Madness like most of us. And he was seen sitting next to the star player for the University of Southern California, Ms. Juju Watkins. And they seem to be enjoying each other's company. And then the next photo you get was his mom and his agent sitting in between them and didn't look too great. I mean, honestly, it kind of looked like, B, when you're in high school or something, you went on a date and you couldn't go on a date by yourself, so you had to be chaperoned. That's kind of what it looked like. Kind of looked a little rough. What do you think of this, man? Is it anything? How do you feel if it is something?
More power to them. They're both, adults, I'd say, right? But if Mama Dukes is gonna sit down right in the middle and say, no, can't fight with Mama Dukes, right? Especially if she's your agent, right? So I don't know. It's not. I don't know. It is what it is, and I hope they're all happy and everything works out well. I don't know what else to say.
And look, at the end of the day, Anton, I come to you. At the end of the day, it's just this auction could just be speculation. We don't know if this is even a story at all. They could just be two people sitting next to each other at a game. But obviously, ESPN and all these other news outlets want to come out and make the story big. If he has a girlfriend, if he doesn't, what do you think that changes his focus at all? I mean, what are your thoughts?
I mean, if it does, it's part of life. This is a young kid that's trying to be the height of his career almost. He's got to do what he's got to do with who he's got to do. So, Mama Dukes ain't letting that stardom, be looked at by some young girl, but she saw it on that Megatron, Juju and them sitting together, and that was hilarious. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. They went to school together. What do you expect? They talk, Mom. They talk, but I'm sorry to hear about Juju. Actually, was it yesterday? She actually just tore her ACL or whatever. So she's out for the season, which sucks. She was a phenom, bro. But best luck and wishes to her. But Mama Dukes got the last word.
For what it's worth, I don't see anything shaking the focus of JD5. I think he's pretty locked in on football.
Right. And I think that comes from his mom and that comes from his upbringing. But Ab, is this even a story? Are we just making things up because it's a slow week in free agency?
I mean, we definitely bored, you know what I mean? So but you said here's the one thing. Like, no one's really talking about it. And as men, we've all been there where we've gotten infatuated with a woman and we lost focus a little bit. Mm-hmm. Okay. And that's one of our lessons to learn as men.
Yeah.
That it really is. It's one of our and the only way for us to get back on track is for us to lose focus and realize we lost focus.
Yep.
That way we can come back even stronger.
Reset.
Okay.
Yep.
And so we're saying, I think we just need to all take it back as far as us being young men. We all owe the shit. We've already made our mistakes. JD5 hasn't necessarily made his mistakes yet. Mm-hmm. And his mom trying to prevent it might be it might come back 10 times worse. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
You know, and so when
Grown man, grown woman, they need to deal with that shit. Yeah.
so I don't I have older children, you know what I'm saying? And I learned early that once they get to a certain age, you got to let them make their own mistakes. You have to let them make their own mistakes. And honestly, us as parents, we naturally want to just sit there and cocoon them from the whole world. So they won't get hurt, so they won't make mistakes, even though we know better. I don't know about y'all, but I'm always right. So and we know better, but at a certain when their kids get to a certain age, especially as adults, when they get to being adults, we gotta let them make their own mistakes. We can advise them, but we gotta let them make their own mistakes. And if we don't, they make bigger mistakes. And it's something to look out for. I'm sure it's nothing, just like B said. I think JD5 is a very focused young man and more focused than I was when I was his age.
Right.
But and Sean, it may not be anything. But just if I wouldn't be me if I wasn't like, hey, but just keep an eye out for this. It's something that we should be talking about as men. We've all made mistakes, and nobody could tell us shit when we were 24. So,
like it could be a Travis Hunter situation, you know.
Lord have mercy.
Like, you know, you don't want that for him, but at the same time, you've got these young kids and they don't have a manager. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
his mom is being a manager.
Yeah, his mom. Okay, his mom. Is being his manager. Yeah, that's huge, and the fact that she's in the same atmosphere. She's in the spotlight. She's great athlete. All the cameras on her, so there's a lot of attention on her. So and let's be honest, it's a cute couple. I mean, they look good together. Success, winning. It just looks good together. But now, Alex, the internet ain't never lie. It lies all the time, but it always comes up with something. It always has. Now they've blown this out of proportion. They say this is a big deal. They're together, and then all of a sudden the injury happens, the timing, and some people on social media are talking to mom, and I don't know why Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Harding came in my mind. Like what?
Yeah.
What? I mean,
conspiracy is serious.
Is anything like? I respect it. And to Ab's point, I mean, yes, gotta let them breathe, gotta let them, let these kids make them understand what's going on so that it's not a situation like myself where I was extremely sheltered. The minute I went to college, it was just like my eyes were completely open. There's still things I'm dealing with as a result of that. So is his mom doing right? Is she blocking? Is this even a situation? What you think, Alex?
Don't want to get too deep into it, but for sure, shout out to Mom Dukes. I think that she's just trying to keep his mind right, stay focused on football. The people are commenting and saying that, ever since she tore her ACL, that, JD5's mom was, put some type of voodoo on her or some stuff. They just reaching. But like you said, Sean, cute couple. I think they'd be definitely a cute couple. It remind me something of like Love and Basketball. I know y'all seen that movie. But yeah, man. I just think we all know. I mean, as far as we know how Jaden is, man, he's a humble dude. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll stay focused or whatever. But I think his mom is just being a mother. You know what I'm saying? She know that he's young. She just wanted him to stay focused. You know what I'm saying? But nothing too big on this. You know what I'm saying? But we are, like Ab said, we are bored. It's just something to talk about on ESPN.
Right.
nothing too big to carry away, man. But cute couple for sure. Cute couple when they were beside each other.
Yeah. Ab, you about to say something?
Nah, bro.
You good? All right, bet. So yeah, we that's just a little something. I look, as far as let the man be, but as far as me, I'm like, focus, stay focused.
As fans, you like that for sure. Stay focused.
Because the problem, what my parents did is they put that fort around me. So I didn't see anything outside of it until I got into the real world. So for me, I'm one of those that's like, oh, my daughter, she ain't gonna be out of the house till she's 30. That's not realistic. You know what I mean? Because my son, on the other hand, is out at 18, and all of a sudden he talking to girls, all this nonsense. That's a different story for a different day. I don't want to discuss this right now. Look, for me, yeah, I'm with it, man. I want his focus. I want his diet, all that stuff. And this actually might be a good situation if they're in their friendship, because he might be there for her in this time. And then who knows what blossoms, who knows what happens. But listen, we are about to get out of here, but we did want to do one more thing. What are our way too early 2025 record predictions? We have the schedule out. We don't know exactly how it's playing out, but we do know the home and the aways. Obviously, we have the home and aways within the division, but we have Seattle, Chicago, Denver, the Raiders, and Detroit at home. And then we go to Green Bay, KC, the Chargers, the Vikings, Atlanta, and Miami. B, I'm coming to you first, man. Way too early. What's your record prediction, man? What you think?
I like us up in about 10 to 11 wins.
Okay.
I think 7 of them are going to come at home.
Ooh. Oh,
I think we're going to drop a game to Philly at home.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I think we will lose quite a few on the road. I think we'll lose to the Chiefs. We'll probably drop to the Vikings and the Chargers out there. That's kind of what I see. I think we could win the division games. Those are always, especially with Philly, we're matching up better recently. Not in the championship game, but
Hey, we were there.
Aside from that little blunder, we'll just forget that one. But yeah, no, I like us up around 10, 11 wins next year.
Oh, I love that. Anton, what you think?
I mean, I wouldn't call us short if we didn't get the same record of 12-5, but I'm actually going to go with 11-6 being our record. Just and honest, just one, the chemistry definitely will start off at a different page this year than it did last, as in like our cadence and stuff together. But I feel we still will have to find a tougher crowd of teams now. So we'll still take our losses on the road. I'm only going to say that we take that one more loss because Russell Wilson going to New York could ever living be a problem, because you know how you never know with that whatever team he's on. I don't care. I could never give him a chance against us, but he always does win.
I can dig it. Ab, what you think, man?
I know people are saying like we got a harder schedule than last year, and I'm looking at it, and it's possible, but I'm tracking with everybody else. I'm at 11 wins, and if not 11 more. Like I like, and I'm not being an optimist. I hate optimists. Like I always see like the worst case scenario, but honestly, I look at us getting about are some wins going to be harder? Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But I think our toughest test is Philly. And you know what I'm saying? I really do. And I think we match up well with a lot of the other teams. I think we match up well with Kansas City. Like I know that people are saying that's a hard team.
We don't play Baltimore, right?
No.
So that's a Kansas City game just for us. If we can play them almost in the same realm as Baltimore, then.
Well, KC lost a couple pieces too. They lost a lot of pieces on their own.
Correct.
Things that we're beefing up. Go ahead.
I mean, Baltimore had all their pieces against us, but if we can face them in their, whatever level, we might stand a chance. And,
Vikings might be tough. Vikings might be tough. You know what I'm saying? But I think, but yeah, 11 wins. You know what I'm saying?
Were you looking at it right now, Ab?
Yeah.
Do we have like an away game situation like we did this year? Like how we had Baltimore, or not Baltimore, was it Pittsburgh, and then so. We had like those 3 games back to back.
No, they haven't put out the schedule yet. They only put out who we going against that are away.
Okay.
But we don't know the schedule yet.
Okay.
Alex, what you think, man?
Yeah, all y'all had great points. I would say that I'm gonna go probably 10 to 11 also. 10 to 11 wins for sure. I think our biggest opponent, especially in our division, is Philly. I think AP and Dan Quinn, they're trying to do whatever they can to stop Philly and what they got going on, especially, we adding these big guys up on the D line, to stop that run that Philly has. But I think that 1 year on our belt, teams definitely have a lot more film on us now with Jaden Daniels and Cliff Kingsbury's offense. So it might be a little tougher, but I still think that we have the team to solidify and show that we can still be a top, contender for sure. I think we are definitely a playoff team. So yeah, but definitely in our division, man, I see us number 2. Dallas doesn't really show that they added too much. I know New York, what they just got with Russell, and they got Jameis in the backfield. If Russell doesn't do well, but I think we got them. I think we definitely got them. But Philly, man, Philly is where it's at. Philly is the tough ball game. They just won the Super Bowl. Congratulations to Philly. But that's the team that we have to match. I think a lot of teams are really trying to go after them. So yeah, man, they're a dominant team. I think that's really going to be our real test for sure. But yeah, I got us getting 10, 11, 12, somewhere around that range, getting that many wins.
Nice, nice. I'm gonna be the Debbie Downer here, and I'm gonna set bar low so we can go high. I did this last year. I think we go 9-8. I think we go 9-8. I think we have a sophomore slump, and I think we make the playoffs into the wild card and make a little bit of a run there. But I think we go 9-8. And one of the things is looking at the schedule we have. Another thing is, to Ab's point, we've returned a lot of guys, and we're hoping that they all have the same success that they had, but we didn't. Outside of Debo and Laramie Tunsil, how much did we really improve? How much did we really build? There's still moves and things that we can still do. Now, it's very hard to do this because this is March, 20, whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? If we don't know who else we're going to pick up. We don't know who else we're going to draft. We don't know what's going to happen down the line. But I'm gonna lowball it just so hopefully, like last year, I lowballed it at 8 wins and we got 12. So I'm a lowball it here and go 9. I think we still make the playoffs, and I think we still have. I don't think the play diminishes. I think we might have a little bit more trouble in the NFC. And that's not because of Russell as much, but because I look at the Giants game last year when they had Daniel Jones and us with Singletary, and they were running all up on us. Now, we focused on the D-line, yes, but have we addressed everything else? And we still got time to do that, I know. But I think in division might be a little bit more difficult. And then this home and away record, I'm trying to look at how I'm projecting some of these teams. Is Chicago going to be better? Is Detroit going to be the same? Is Denver going to the playoffs? Like, I'm trying to look at some of that. But at the end of the day, I got 9-8. I still think we make the playoffs. I still think we can get to the divisional round at least. But I think we're about a year away from it. I could be completely wrong. I welcome being completely wrong. I was completely wrong last year. I welcome it. Okay, but I'm also trying to set the bar a little lower so we have room to improve, similar to like what Ab was doing with the free agency. We're not there yet. These moves were great. These moves were exciting, but we're not there yet. And I think there is something to be said about we haven't really locked them in for years. We locked in Javon Kinlaw, and are we really sold on that?
And that was a sus move right there. I didn't say that to y'all before, but Kinlaw was the most sus move of our all season.
And he's the one who we gave a 3-year deal to. And it's like,
are we taking over his deal, or are we actually paying him?
He was a free agent, so we gave him a 3-year deal.
3 years, 45 million.
So
45, right?
45.
Yeah.
A lot of the ESPN, a lot of the places look at that move as the "what are you thinking" move. Like,
I mean, he's got nothing but proving himself out of New York. You know,
he's the one. Peters drafted him into San Francisco, so there's that connection. Saying, so we'll see, but still, it's kind of weird. But
I mean, connection is a connection. You got him here.
We'll see what happens. But look, so that's what it is. We all say playoffs. We all say at least 9 to 10 wins and above. We'll see what happens. The draft is right around the corner. Oh, real quick, in the draft, what is your main focus? For me, I know I've heard running back, I've heard edge, I've heard corner. Go around real quick. Let's say what's our main focus in the draft. I'll start. My main focus. I'll start. I'll say one for Will. My main focus is secondary. Getting the corner, getting a solid corner, and not Emmanuel Forbes. Getting in a real dominant corner that can actually come and start for us day one. B, what you got, man?
I'm still saying running back. I would love a big like power back, somebody we draft, somebody we know we're gonna have for a while, and somebody that just, he wears burgundy and gold, puts on, we're like, yep, that's a commander. Yep,
yeah,
that's Redskin. Do
we
it.
We can't draft Ablo, so double trace.
Yeah.
Anton, what position you think when you're looking at the draft?
Honestly, tight end. We need somebody to back up Ertz. We need somebody that can actually catch the ball. We have blockers. Sanad and Bates are DBs at blocking, but we need somebody to help him catch the ball.
I can dig it. Ab, what you think?
I'm not going to say if I say position to be running back, running back, it's not. I don't need a bruiser. I need a home run guy. I need like Henderson from Ohio State. Genty, I know he won't be there, but I'll even take your Omari.
The dude from North Carolina.
There's ice spots where my heart used to be.
Don't do that to the boy.
Touch. I'll even take Omarion, but my real answer is trading back. And we all agree we need some starters in this draft.
Yeah.
And the way to get a better chance to get more starters is to trade back, get more picks, and then when we those picks, we get starters. So we get more starters. So to me, that is the route to go. That is what I'm looking for in the draft. Trading back.
I can dig it. Alex, what you think, man?
Yeah, man. All y'all got great points, man. I'm going D-line. I'm going to DN. Our problem, last year our offense was obviously top in the game. We could score, but we just couldn't stop. We couldn't stop the run. You know what I mean? Our secondary, obviously, with Sean, yes, definitely secondary too. But man, we got to stop the run. We got to stop the run. For years now, we've had problems stopping the run. Y'all remember we had Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne and Sweat and Chase, all big names, but can't stop the run. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't really the best at it. So we got to stop the run, man. We got to have a good defense this year, and it starts with the front. So yeah, I'm going D-line, man. I really want us to have guys that can go in there. You saw what, and I hate to bring them up, but Philly, man, what they did in the Super Bowl. Rushing 4 the whole time, really, against Pat Mahomes, one of the best quarterbacks we've seen in this generation. And they did it successfully, man. I would love to have a D-line like that. You know what I'm saying? I want us to have a D-line. A D-line, they won because of that. You know what I'm saying? They won that Super Bowl because of that. You know what I mean? So D-line, man. Got to stop the run. Got to get to the quarterback, sack the quarterback. So yeah, definitely defensive line.
Oh yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what Adam Peters and Dan Quinn end up doing, what direction they end up going, because a lot of these moves that they've been making have been very interesting. Bless you. We've been getting depth and we've been getting pieces, but we haven't been getting the main blockbuster guy, the Hendrickson, the Bosa, the Garrett. So it makes you wonder, are they trying to do defense by committee kind of deal? Are we going away from the one main guy like the Jonathan Allen and trying to go to adding guys in? I don't, we got rid of Fowler. Who knows what we're going to do? But I'm very eager to see what they're looking to do in these next couple of weeks leading up to the draft, and then in the draft, and then after the draft. Let's not forget the wise words of Ron Rivera saying that free agency doesn't start after the draft. It's like, no, Ron, we just weren't making moves. That's what it was, Ron. God, I miss you, buddy, but not that much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to head out of here. We appreciate you guys joining us for this little off-season roundup. Hey, it's always fun when we get to get on here and talk a little football. So, for my guy, B. Large, Brandon Sabaletta, appreciate you, my dude. Creator and the founder of Awesome Artisans, Anton Benton, over there. Yes, sir. The shirtless wonder himself, Ab Lowe. Yes, sir. And the host of Bro Crew Sports Talk, Alex Stevens. Yeah, buddy. And you know who it is. It's your boy Sean Spencer, one half of that dynamic duo that's Let's Talk Football. This is Washington Football Talk. We talking Washington football, and we heading out of here. We'll see y'all next time. Be easy, people. Gentlemen, football is back. Where's y'all head at right now? How y'all doing? Anton Benson. What up, Anton?
Let's go.
And you see this guy, 85's personal agent and his #1 fan. All right, Bro Crew Sports Talk, the host. Alex Stevens. Alex, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, brother? I'm so happy today.